Hi everybody, and a warm welcome back to Maple Leaf Customs in Switzerland. I'm Andrew, and on the bench today is a 1:64 scale Hot Wheels 1963 Corvette Sting Ray. This came in a mail call from my online buddy Ricky at Irie Fix Diecasts. There's a link in the description for his YouTube channel, which I promise you will enjoy immensely. Of all the Corvette iterations, this one may have provoked the strongest sentiment. You love that rear split window or you hate it. I'm on the love side of the debate. 63 was the only year it came out, so I want to do a very careful custom job on this one, as it's such an iconic car in American muscle history. You'll notice one unique feature when I take this car apart. The glass and the sport interior are run-of-the-mill, but this is a kind of a gimmick that Hot Wheels came out with on this casting, and that's that the rear axle raises and lowers. You can change the stance on this. I just ended up cutting the axles because I'm not going to reuse these ones. The adjustable piece pops out on its own. It's plastic, not metal. I'm going to do a nice upgrade to some Samed wheels later in the video, but I will save these and put them in a bag labeled as Hot Wheels 63 Sting Ray wheels, and I'll reuse those. It's a nice metal base, and it's not in very bad shape, so it'll be easy to refurbish. Put everything in one plastic bin for safekeeping, pour yourself a fresh hot cup of coffee, and off we go. I've got just enough paint stripper left to cover the little Sting Ray. Everybody loves the time-lapse paint blistering sequence. Me too. This one cleans up with no problem at all. Just a little bit of stubborn paint left on there. Oh, it's a beauty. I want to draw your attention to a couple of videos that are coming up very soon. Next weekend is a buddy build with Gary Shorter on a NASCAR theme. At the end of the year, I'm offering 10 custom 55 Chevys for sale. More details to come. And the last build of the year is a 4-horseman 70 Torino in a Mad Max theme. I hope you'll give this video a thumbs up, get all subbed up, and follow along for all the regular uploads and updates at Maple Leaf Customs. I plan to take a 1-week break at Christmas time, but aside from that, you can count on a new video every Saturday. Hope you'll be dialed in. This week's community shout-out goes to Jeff at WW Replicas. Jeff's YouTube channel is fairly new, but you can follow his excellent work on his other social media platforms, and I hope you will. Jeff's a gifted artist, and he's a decal expert. I sure enjoy his stuff. The C2 Corvette is the second generation of this most recognizable sports car, produced by the Chevrolet division of GM for the 1963 through 1967 model years. Corvette's designers and engineers, Ed Cole, Zora Duntov, and Bill Mitchell, knew that after 10 years in its basic form, albeit much improved, it was time to move on. Mitchell, the chief stylist, would dub the Corvette's second generation Sting Ray, 2 words, after the earlier race car of the same name. He drew inspiration from several sources: the contemporary Jaguar E-Type, one of which he owned and enjoyed driving frequently, the radical Sting Ray racer that Mitchell designed in 1959, and a Mako shark that he caught while deep-sea fishing. Duntov, one of the designers, disliked the split rear window, which also raised safety concerns due to reduced visibility, and it was discontinued in 1964, as were the fake hood vents. However, it's that very split window feature that makes the 63 model one of the most collectible of all the Corvettes today. I've done mine in a 2-tone silver and black, both in metallic. This is the very unpredictable and a little bit scary unmasking procedure. So hold your breath like I am. It turns out luck was on my side today, and it came out with some really nice sharp lines. I make sure I do a clear coat after the paint has cured and dried before I do the masking, and that really ensures that you're not going to lift any paint off during the unmasking procedure. Never met an original Hot Wheels steering wheel that I liked, so off goes this one with the nippers. I've got a pretty good supply of 3D printed ones, about 4 or 5 different styles. This one looks period correct for the Sting Ray. So with a little bit of super glue, on it goes, and then the whole interior will get primed and painted and detailed. You know, I've never been inside of an actual Corvette, believe it or not. I'd really like to. I'm partial to these older models in the C2 era, but I've been told they're not actually great driving or handling cars, at least in comparison to today's modern technology that's available. I think if I had one, I'd love to have a resto mod with that old era design on the exterior, with all the modern amenities in the handling and the brakes and suspension and interior as well. But that's just another one of my dreams, and I'll have to make do with these little toy models that I play with. But I hope you're enjoying this as much as I do, making the videos for you and doing the customization work. Please leave a respectful comment below and tell me what you think of the little 63 split window Sting Ray, and tell me where you're watching from, because I'm really keen to know. The metal base has been all flitzed up now and really looks the part of being brand new and shiny again, so I'm very pleased with how that turned out. And now I'll turn my attention to the glass. It just needs a good brushing with some hot soapy water, and I rub that off and check it out for any scratches or blemishes on there. It's looking pretty good, so it's ready for a dip into the Pledge Revive, which is actually a floor polish. Make sure those drips come off from the corners, and then I cover it up at least for an overnight, couple days if I can, and that'll be looking great too. I've sprayed the one-piece interior and the replacement steering wheel in red, and now I'm painting the spare tire that you'll see through the split rear window. And you know what? I didn't research this. I don't know if that was supposed to be under a red cover or not. If you know more about 63 Stingrays than I do, leave a comment below and tell me if I got that right or if I missed that one. For now, I'll just keep going and put a little silver detail on the steering wheel too. Now we're at that adjustable rear axle, which I still think is a little bit of a Hot Wheels gimmick, but because it's going to show, I take the time to black out the inside wheel wells. The front ones are part of the main body casting, just some flat black paint, and that way if you look past the wheels, you won't see anything but that black void. Here's a nice set of Samed's chrome rim and spokes. These are lettered wheels. Actually tried to put a set of 12s on the back, but they were a little bit too big. So I went with 10s and 10s, which I think was a good call. You can get your own set of Samed wheels by visiting www.samedwheels.com and use the promo code MAPLELEAF, and they'll put a free gift in with the rest of your order. I don't get any money from that. It just lets them know that Maple Leaf Customs viewers are buyers as well. After going around the whole car and applying some ghost white decals as background, I can now put the colored ones on, and this is about as small as I can get and still retain all the detail of the Chevy Corvette flags. On the back is the gas filler cap. You know, those decals actually stood up well under the high-definition close-ups. The adjustable rear axle assembly pops back into place and will be held solid by the interior. The refurbished glass just sits in there. There's no rivet or resin glue needed. I like the red interior on any classic Corvette, and I think it looks great in this silver and black color combo. The metallic base fits into a tab in the back, clicks down. I've got good wheel clearance, and the last thing to do is button it all up with one single screw in the front. Does it roll? Well, that's my one and only rule before a car leaves the hobby shop. It sure does. Let's have a closer look. It's a nice glossy finish on top of the silver and black metallic. I detailed the taillights. All the badges look great. The new Samed wheels are just beautiful on this old Sting Ray, making it look brand new again. I think it turned out really nice. There you can see the 3 different height adjustments for the stance. Love the classic lines on the 63. Wasn't real fond of the paint scheme, but I think black and silver metallic says class. Don't you? Love the way this one turned out. Have a look at it from the front to the back and top to bottom in these glamour shots. There's another Vette up in the workshop. And on a little highway diorama. Looking good. One of my favorites so far, honestly, for 2022. Into a blister pack it goes. Destination unknown. I've got a couple of ideas with this that I need to investigate before I say anything to you, but it gets lovingly packaged up like all of my customs do. I want to say thank you for visiting my channel today and following all year long. Drive carefully. It's coffee time.